I built the Imperium brick by brick, flesh by flesh, world by world. But it was not brick, or flesh, or war that doomed us. It was a whisper, a thought, a single brilliant act of arrogance. His name was Magnus, the Red Cyclops, the Sorcerer King, my most gifted son, and the one who broke the throne. He was not like the others, not forged for conquest. Magnus was crafted for insight, for knowledge. His mind saw not just the stars, but the strands between them. While others raised armies, Magnus sought answers. And it was his strength that became our ruin. I warned him. Time and time again, I warned them all. There are things in the warp not meant to be touched. He heard me, but he believed he was above the warning. He believed his mind was strong enough, his soul pure enough, his will unshakable enough. He was wrong. The tragedy is not that Magnus disobeyed me. They all did in time. That is the nature of sons and fathers. The tragedy is that Magnus disobeyed me in love. He sought to save me, and in trying, he shattered everything. He saw the heresy before it came. He saw Horus falter. He saw the dark gods circling, and he saw me behind my veil of silence, doing nothing. So he acted. He reached out. He tore open the veil between real space and the immaterium, and in doing so, he screamed through the webway and broke it. You do not understand what was lost. The golden throne was not a symbol. It was a gateway, a bridge between this realm and the stars, stable, pure, clean. I was building a path through the void, a way to cast aside the warp forever, a means to truly free mankind from chaos. And in an instant, Magnus destroyed it. He did not mean to, but meaning changes nothing. The webway cracked. Demons poured through. Thousands died in the silence beneath terror, where no sun shines and no prayers are heard. I was forced to seal the gate, and with it, my destiny. I have sat upon this throne for 10,000 years because Magnus could not obey, not out of malice, but out of love. And that is the weight of it. Some would call him traitor. Some call him victim. Both are wrong. He is not one or the other. He is both. And that is what makes him dangerous. When I summoned the Primarchs, I knew there would be rebellion. You do not give 20 godlike beings free will without risk. But Magnus, I believed in him. I believed his mind could pierce the veil without drowning. I believed he could serve as a light in the storm. And for a time, he was. On Prospero, he built a world of thought, a citadel of learning, a culture that worshipped knowledge, not war, not blood. And yet, even there, the rot crept in. The warp is not a tool. It is not a place. It is a hunger. It whispers, flatters, offers power, always at a price. And Magnus listened. He did not fall like Horus. There was no seduction of pride, no craving for dominion. His fall was quieter, slower. He believed he was doing the right thing, even as his soul bled away. And that is why I could not forgive him. Not because he betrayed me, but because he trusted that he knew better. He did not seek permission. He assumed understanding, and the galaxy paid the price. I sent Leman Russ to Prospero. I gave him orders, tempered, controlled, but the wolves do not hunt lightly. When the 1,000 suns burned, Magnus did not fight. He watched. And in that moment he understood, not just the cost, but the truth, that he had become what I most feared. A weapon of chaos, even if he did not know it. He fled to the eye of terror, to the warp, to the place he once sought to master, and there he remade himself, not as a son, not as a servant, but as a god. He sits now atop the tower of the Cyclops, burning with sorcery, clutching fragments of his former self, rewriting reality in his image. But I remember who he was, before the power, before the heresy, before the silence between us became a chasm. He was my brightest flame, and I let it burn unchecked. Do you understand? This was not a fall. It was a collision of vision, of will, of purpose. Magnus believed in mankind's potential, just as I did. But where I sought to guide, he sought to unlock, and there are doors that should never be opened. Not because they lead to death, but because they lead to truths the soul cannot bear. I do not hate him. That would be easy. No, what I feel is worse. I pity him, because Magnus was not consumed by ambition. He was consumed by belief, and belief, unmoored by humility, is the most dangerous force in creation. You ask me now why I do not speak his name, why I let the wolves destroy his world, why I did not reach for his hand when he fell. Because I could not. Because to pull him back would have been to sanction what he had become. And I could not allow that, not even for my son. He was not evil, he was not pure. He was Magnus, the one who tried to save me, and in doing so doomed us both.